Up next, we have the one and only Ryan Collins.
The Ryan Collins. There's two other Ryan Collinses at this conference that I need to meet yet.
We don't want you.
How does this work? There we go. What do we teach? What should we teach? What is our goals as teachers? I was trying to think about this because you talk about that all the time, what we should teach as teachers. So I started looking at some school vision statements that are out there. And the first one here, our vision is to be an exceptional school district committed to preparing all students to be socially responsible, lifelong learners, ready for college and or career in a globally competitive world. That is a mouthful when I'm reading it off of the slide. I went to readabilityscore.com and that had an average grade level of 18.4. How are our poor little second and third graders supposed to even relate to that message? So let's look at another vision statement. And you'll notice I took the schools off of the vision statements because I didn't want to embarrass them. But here's another one. Every student is achieving at his or her maximum potential in an engaging, inspiring, and challenging learning environment. At least this one is shorter, but it still has a readabilityscore.com level of 17.4. It focuses too narrowly on the student at school as if they don't have a life beyond that building or past graduation. But as we look through this, I believe we're thinking too hard. And as someone who doesn't think, that's easy for me to say. We live in a time of unparalleled leisure, where childhood is actually a thing. Anyone can be anything when they grow up. There's unlimited possibilities. But what should we be teaching? What is our one thing that we should be teaching our students? Thomas Jefferson figured it out 240 years ago. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Pharrell Williams had his song a couple years ago, Because I'm Happy, clap along, like a room without a roof. I'm not going to sing it for you today, so you guys dodged a bullet there. But who do you want to be around? A happy optimist who views difficulties as opportunities, or a cynical pessimist who views opportunities as difficulties? I'm reminded of a great quote by Steve Maraboli. Happiness is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to deal with them. Unhappy people aren't likely to take risks or follow their dreams. So I started thinking about this, and Isaac Asimov in 1942 came up with the 3 laws of robotics. With apologies to Mr. Asimov, I've come up with the 3 laws of humanity. Number 1, through my action or inaction, I will not allow another person to be unhappy. Our society needs to have strong empathy for others. This allows us to help the less fortunate. But more importantly, it allows us to forgive and move on. Unhappy people hold unproductive grudges, not only slowing their progress down, but those that they have the grudge against. Number 2, and I read too fast. I will strive to be happy as long as my action or inaction doesn't conflict with law number 1. This law comes in second. It's not number 1 because others should come first. Others are what makes one great. No one is great without the others. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one. In the immortal words of High School Musical, we're all in this together. Happiness is hard work, finding out what you enjoy, what you want to do. In the movie City Slickers, Mitch asks the gruff cowboy Curly, what is the secret to life? To which Curly replied, one thing. You stick to that and the rest don't mean anything. Mitch asked, well, what is that one thing? To which Curly replied with a smile, that is for you to find out. Never stop trying to find your one thing. And that one thing will probably not be constant throughout your life. It'll change, because once you find the one thing, if it doesn't change, then why continue? Third, an individual's well-being can override laws 1 and 2. This is where we get into the fun stuff of, well, you have to do that because it's good for you. Such as having your children eat their vegetables. making them go to bed, or limiting their screen time. We need to have these things happen even though it's going to make them unhappy right now. Other things. Children need to learn how to multiply fractions or find the area of a square. Sometimes we don't realize the payoff of current unhappiness for future happiness. Our jobs as teachers and human beings is to bring out the best in others and in ourselves, to help our students find their one thing and follow these 3 laws of humanity. Thank you.
If you've never given one of these talks and you want a real challenge in life, come up. It is amazing how fast you feel like you have to talk. Takeaway in that, schools today with everything that's happening can be overwhelming, and sometimes we feel like other people are taking away our happiness, our ability to thrive in our jobs, and that's not true. Our attitudes are what we control. Our happiness comes from our attitudes. We have the ability, we have to push the negativity away, and that will make us happier. If that means leaving the teacher's lounge when everybody's griping, leave, okay? If it means figuring out who the happy, creative teachers are, make those the people you surround yourself with. Thank you, Ryan. Now,